Stop right there for a single profound second. Close your eyes and truly allow yourself to imagine it. You are standing on a surface so perfectly still, so impossibly smooth, that it reflects the heavens like a flawless mirror, the vast, tranquil expanse of a Californian lake. Above you, the sky stretches into an endless, majestic sapphire blue, a color so deeply mirrored below that it dissolves the horizon, making you feel as if you are suspended weightlessly between two magnificent, watery worlds. But this ethereal calm conceals a monumental secret. Beneath your very feet, an unfathomable, crushing weight of over 1.3 billion tons of cold, silent water holds captive a breathtaking enigma. Just a few hundred feet below that shimmering, delicate surface, an entire, fully formed city lies entombed, swallowed whole by the depths for more than 70 years. This was not always a ghost town. Once, it was a vibrant, audacious hub, brimming with unbridled hope and the glittering promise of golden dreams. Thousands of Americans, just like you and me, flocked here, their hearts ablaze with the ambition to seek their fortunes, to carve a new destiny from the rugged earth. It boasted grand, elegant hotels where weary travelers sought respite, venerable old churches whose bells once tolled across the valley, a bustling post office that connected dreams to distant realities, and even quiet, hallowed cemeteries where the dreams of those who didn't make it found their final resting place. Can you not feel the immense weight of that history, pressing down on you from the depths, a silent testament to lives lived and lost? Today, I invited you to plunge with me into that very place, embarking on an extraordinary journey unlike any other. Armed not just with a cutting-edge personal submarine, a marvel of modern engineering, but also with the most advanced sonar technology available, we didn't merely observe history from a detached distance. We reached out, we touched it, and we pulled back the veil of time. What we unearthed was far more than just the silent remains of a lost city. It was a bewildering tangle of deep, eerie, and profoundly haunting historical secrets. Revelations that will undoubtedly make your heart pound with a primal sense of wonder and unease. Do you truly believe you know everything there is to know about the California gold rush? Then I implore you, stay with me until the very last second, because what's about to unfold before your eyes will utterly redefine your understanding of the American dream, not just for a moment, but forever. Can you truly, profoundly fathom the dedication required? I personally dedicated over 6 arduous years of my life to prepare for this exact, singular moment. There is simply nothing on earth that compares to the pure, unadulterated exhilaration of uncovering something no human eye has ever witnessed, or perhaps something that has been so completely forgotten by the world that it might as well have never existed. Even during my challenging and groundbreaking time at NASA, we scoured the cosmos, chasing the elusive secrets of distant solar systems, deciphering the mysteries of cosmic dust, and mapping alien landscapes millions of light years away. Yet, right here, on our own blue planet, thousands of boats glide serenely across the surface of this very lake every single day, their occupants completely oblivious to the staggering fact that mere hundreds of feet beneath their keels, an entire world, a vibrant chapter of human history, lies utterly forgotten, a silent witness to time. I harbored an unshakable, persistent hunch that this particular lake, with its tranquil surface, was guarding secrets far more extraordinary than anyone imagined. And as you're about to discover, my intuition, my conviction, was absolutely right. Join me now as we take a breathtaking leap back in time, rewinding to a crisp, cold morning in the nascent spring of March 1848. You are there, standing with me on the rugged, untamed banks of the American River. William Sidney, a man whose name would soon be etched in history, and a few of his hardy companions are out hunting for game, pursuing the deer that roam these untouched lands. But instead of the familiar rustle of foliage or the sighting of their usual quarry, they stumble upon something far more glittering, far more revolutionary, the largest gold strike the world had seen since the burgeoning California gold rush had first begun to boom. News, as it always does, especially news this monumental, spread like an unstoppable wildfire, igniting a feverish frenzy across the nascent nation. A torrent of over 7,000 dreamers, audacious prospectors, and intrepid adventurers, men and women just like you and me, poured into this verdant valley, each carrying within them the fervent, almost desperate hope of transforming their lives, of striking it rich, of securing a future beyond their wildest imaginings. This very spot, transformed overnight, became the birthplace of California's first millionaire, a shrewd and visionary entrepreneur named Samuel Brannan. He was a man who didn't pan for gold himself. Instead, with an astute grasp of human nature and economics, he wisely sold the essential picks and shovels, the very tools of aspiration, to everyone else, amassing a fortune from the dreams and sweat of others. The burgeoning city quickly swelled, a pulsating organism brimming with raw, untamed energy. It boasted not one, but 7 boisterous saloons, their doors ever open to weary miners, a bustling post office overflowing with letters of hope and despair, lively dance halls where fleeting joys were found, and dusty streets teeming with the raw, exhilarating, and sometimes brutal spirit of the American dream, in its purest, most visceral form. But then, as all good things, all boom cycles, inevitably tend to do, the glittering promise of gold began to dwindle, the veins growing thinner, the strikes less frequent. To compound the growing hardship, relentless, devastating floods repeatedly swept through the valley, tearing at the very fabric of the young city, claiming lives and livelihoods. Faced with such overwhelming, untamable natural forces, a monumental, life-altering decision was made to construct a massive, imposing dam, an engineering marvel designed to tame the wild rivers. Slowly, inexorably, with an almost mournful inevitability, the waters behind the dam began to rise. And before the very eyes of its bewildered, heartbroken inhabitants, the entire city, a testament to human ambition, vanished, subsumed beneath the lake's ever-growing surface, transformed into a ghostly, silent time capsule, frozen in liquid amber. I confess, I am absolutely captivated by these kinds of profound historical mysteries, where human stories intersect with the irresistible forces of nature, and I possess an abiding, almost insatiable love for cutting-edge technology, for the tools that allow us to peel back the layers of time. That's precisely why I've brought you here, to join me in unraveling the extraordinary, poignant tales this lake has so meticulously guarded for decades, a watery vault of forgotten dreams. Just a few short, unsuspecting days before our expedition was set to launch, you and I happened to watch a captivating video about a spectacular, state-of-the-art, $250 million wake boat that had, against all odds, just sunk right off the tranquil shore of this very lake. It was the perfect, albeit entirely unexpected, launch point for our own far grander mission. We immediately deployed our specialized, high-resolution torpedo sonar into the dark, churning waters. This incredible technology works much like standing on a precarious cliff edge, shouting a powerful, focused cry into the echoing abyss, and then patiently, meticulously listening for the faint, returning echo to paint a picture of what lies beneath. This sophisticated system meticulously maps a detailed topography of the lake bed, revealing every contour and anomaly, even in absolute, impenetrable darkness. We waited, and we waited, our anticipation a coiled spring. Nothing but featureless silence. Then, abruptly, a connection error message flashed ominously across our main screen. Our seasoned engineers, veterans of countless expeditions, simply chuckled with a knowing familiarity, recognizing a common, frustrating hurdle. We systematically double-checked every single connection, every cable, every sensor, restarted the entire complex system, and then, finally, triumphantly, the first faint signal appeared, a ghost in the machine. Just a few heart-stopping minutes later, a massive, unmistakable silhouette began to resolve on the screen, growing clearer with every pass. Both our hearts pounded in unison, a shared surge of excitement and relief. We had found the boat. Now, with the initial hurdle cleared, it was time for the true descent into the unknown. You step with me into the cramped, yet sophisticated personal submarine, the very same custom-built vessel I'd previously piloted through the treacherous, shark-infested waters of the Bahamas. The cabin was initially hot and close, the air thick with anticipation, but we quickly engaged the powerful AC system, ran our final critical oxygen checks, and began our silent, almost reverent dive into the murky depth. At a depth of precisely 63 feet, the haunting, spectral silhouette of the sunken wake boat materialized out of the gloom, its luxurious lines now distorted by the water's embrace. We gently touched down right beside it, our submersible kicking up plumes of fine silt. A thin, silty layer of mud already cloaked parts of its once pristine hull, a stark testament to how quickly this lake, with its ancient secrets, conceals and reclaims its treasures. And this incredible ability to hide things so utterly, so completely, immediately brought another chilling thought to mind, a flicker of a far larger mystery. Do you remember the tragic year of 1965? Two planes, locked in a cruel twist of fate, tragically collided right over this very lake. 4 precious lives were lost in that terrible incident. One aircraft miraculously managed to make an emergency landing, but the other simply vanished, swallowed whole by the water, never to be seen again, its mysteries unsolved for decades. Did you truly think we were only looking for a boat? If so, you'd be making a profound mistake. Our mission, as you're about to discover, was much, much deeper. We pressed on, our resolve unwavering, our primary mission to hunt for the lost city amidst the bewildering vastness of 30,000 acres of murky, often impenetrable water. The work, as you can well imagine, was mind-numbingly tedious, an exercise in patience and endurance. The sonar swept for seemingly endless hours, revealing nothing but a monotonous, featureless terrain, an underwater desert of mud and silt. Then, an unexpected and frustrating setback. The engine of our primary surface boat, the mothership for our submarine, suddenly jammed, sputtering into silence. We had no choice but to tow it, a slow and disheartening crawl, all the way back to shore for repairs. Fortunately, the replacement vessel that arrived came equipped with an unexpected, almost comical bonus, a sprawling party deck and even a whimsical water slide. Suddenly, our high-stakes, historically significant adventure took a decidedly more light-hearted, even whimsical turn, a much-needed break from the relentless intensity. Yet, our persistence, our unyielding focus on the true prize, eventually paid off in a spectacular way. A clear, unmistakable signal reverberated through the cabin, a joyous affirmation. An undeniable underwater bridge, an ancient, weathered structure, began to resolve on the screen, its ghostly form growing clearer with every ping. Its ancient moss-covered pillars, stoic and defiant, still stood firm against the relentless underwater currents, like ghostly sentinels guarding a forgotten past. You knew, instinctively, with a thrilling surge of certainty, that if there was a bridge, the lost city, its stories waiting to be told, couldn't be far away. We plunged beneath the surface once more, our anticipation now almost unbearable. The water was thick and opaque, a soupy darkness where visibility was barely a few precious feet. Submerged trees, skeletal and silent, loomed around us like the gnarled branches of a ghost forest, their phantom limbs reaching out. A single misplaced branch, a momentary lapse in attention, could easily ensnare our delicate submarine forever in its watery grasp. But we navigated the treacherous labyrinth, and we reached the bridge. You, right now, are piloting the submarine, your hands expertly guiding us directly over the crumbling railing of that sunken structure, a relic of a bygone era. History, quite literally, is right beneath your hands, waiting to be touched, to be understood. But then, as if the lake refused to give up its secrets easily, another sonar sweep revealed something even stranger, something entirely unexpected. A new, peculiar shape, distinct from the bridge, began to emerge on our screens, growing more defined with each pass. Could it be a plane? The familiar fuselage, the distinct, elegant tail, the outstretched, aerodynamic wings, they slowly, undeniably became clear. etched into our digital landscape. We believed, for a heart-stopping moment, that we had finally found the plane that vanished so mysteriously 60 years ago, the one with 4 precious souls on board, whose grieving families had searched in vain for decades, clinging to a fading hope. This profound and unexpected discovery lay at a staggering depth of 220 feet, our deepest, most challenging dive yet, pushing the limits of our equipment and our resolve. With our precious air supply dwindling, a silent clock ticking against us, we knew we had only 2 more crucial dives left. You were now, undeniably, in the exact historical vicinity of the lost city, its presence, a tangible weight in the water. We plunged down again, our hopes soaring, but then dashed. Visibility steadily worsened, the gloom thickening around us like a shroud. We were precisely where the old, faded maps indicated the city should be, where its vibrant heart once beat. But instead of the grand hotels and bustling streets we had imagined, we found only the haunting, skeletal remains of foundations. It was a sobering, almost crushing realization. A horrific, forgotten blaze had consumed the entire city, reducing it to ashes, long before the waters ever began to rise and claim its remains. You surfaced, filled with profound, bitter disappointment, empty-handed, regarding the city itself, its secrets proving too elusive. But hope, a fragile, persistent ember, still flickered within us, now entirely focused on the plane, its mystery still unsolved. Our final, most critical dive. You and I were ready, our anticipation a palpable, humming energy within the confined space of the submarine. But then, a chilling, terrifying development unfolded. Water, cold and relentless, began to seep into the cabin. First, a few insidious drops, then a steady, insistent stream, and soon, a cascading, terrifying torrent. We were at immense depths, the pressure unforgiving, and it quickly, horrifyingly became clear that the submarine could not continue, that our mission was in grave peril. You had to make the agonizing, split-second decision to abort the dive, to retreat from the very edge of discovery. It was in that very moment, facing what felt like utter, crushing defeat, that a profound, unshakable understanding solidified within you. Failure, in its rawest, most frustrating form, is not the end of the journey. It is merely a stepping stone, an invaluable, albeit painful, lesson that forces you to rethink your approach, to adapt your strategies, and ultimately, to do better, to rise stronger. Fortunately, our brilliant engineers had anticipated such challenges. A remote-controlled diving robot, our tireless, fearless proxy, descended into the perilous depths in our stead. It meticulously scanned every single part of the submerged aircraft, its advanced sensors relaying crystal-clear images back to our monitors on the surface. Back home, after hours of careful, painstaking analysis, we made a definitive, irrefutable identification. It was a Piper Comanche, 250, perfectly matching the intricate details of an accident that occurred in 1986. And in a remarkable, almost miraculous twist, all passengers from that incident, against all odds, had survived, swimming to safety through sheer will. We may not have found the original 1965 crash, the one with the lost souls, but we had, without a shadow of a doubt, closed a significant, long unresolved chapter of history for families who had long endured the gnawing pain of an unresolved loss, finally giving them answers, finally bringing them peace. Reflecting on this arduous, unpredictable, and emotionally charged journey, both your heart and mind still pound with the vivid echo of those moments. The shocking instant water began to pour into our sanctuary like a terrifying waterfall, the despairing, fleeting thought of giving up everything. And then, the triumphant, breathtaking moment our intrepid robot brought back those first clear images of a plane, silent for decades beneath the waves, its story finally revealed. This was far more than just a scientific discovery. It was a profound, deeply personal lesson, echoing wisdom I had learned even during my most challenging days at NASA. Failure, in its rawest, most humbling form, is often our greatest, most effective teacher. And this is the new, vital perspective I wish to share with you today. With us, seasoned Americans, who have witnessed the American dream evolve, adapt, and transform through countless generations, always finding a way forward. The California Gold Rush of 1848 embodied the very spirit of America, the daring, almost reckless courage to risk everything for a chance at a better life, the profound bravery to dream big, to envision a future carved from the wilderness, and the unyielding tenacity to build something from absolute nothing. But the relentless, unyielding waters, the unforgiving tides of change, buried it all. And just like so many of your own cherished dreams throughout life, sometimes they too are submerged, overwhelmed by the tides of time, by unforeseen circumstances. Younger generations, in their haste to embrace the new, often easily forget that history never truly vanishes. It merely retreats. It simply waits, patiently, for those who possess enough unwavering perseverance, enough burning, insatiable curiosity to dive deep, to brave the depths, and to bring its vital lessons back into the light. The cutting-edge technology we wield today, the tools we have at our fingertips, has made possible what was utterly unimaginable mere decades ago, opening up new frontiers of discovery. No matter your age, no matter if your health declines, no matter if your meticulously laid plans fall spectacularly apart, there is always a way to persevere, to adapt, to innovate, and to discover a brighter, more fulfilling path forward. The American dream is not dead, is not lost to the past. It's merely waiting for you and me to dive just a little bit deeper, to look a little closer, to never give up on the possibilities. If this story, this journey into the depths of history and resilience, has resonated deep within your heart, if it has stirred cherished memories of youthful dreams or profound life lessons you've personally experienced, please share this video today with your children, your grandchildren, and your loved ones. Do not let these remarkable secrets, these vital lessons, remain hidden only with you. And if you wish to join me on more such exhilarating adventures, exploring forgotten histories, unraveling the deepest secrets from the bottoms of lakes, from beneath the very earth itself, then hit that like button right now and subscribe so you don't miss a single upcoming story. Together, united by curiosity and the spirit of discovery, we will continue to unlock even more wonders. Thank you for being here, for diving so deep with me, for staying until this very last second. Our journey, I assure you, is far from over.